Chassidic gems on Parshas Toldos. So the pasuk says that Vayisroitzatzu Habonim Bikirba, Rivka Imenu was pregnant with twins, and the children were Vayisroitzatzu Habonim Bikirba. Rashi translates that to mean they were struggling. The simple translation is that they were struggling. There was some sort of a struggle going on in her womb, and Chazal tell us, the Medrash tells us, brought down in Rashi, that the struggle it wasn't exactly a struggle, but there was movement going on there in the womb between the two children. Rashi brings down the Medrash or Chazal, when she went by the door, the Pischei Torah, when she walked by the Beis Medrash of Shem and Eva, Yaakov was pushing to get out. He wanted to go out. And we'll get to Esav in a second. But meanwhile, we're focusing on Yaakov. Yaakov wanted to get out when Rivka Imenu pierced the Beis Medrash of Shem and Eva. And that's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are asking a question here. Why is Yaakov struggling to get out when he passes by the Beis Medrash of Shem Eva? What is a little child, do in the womb of his mother? He's learning Torah with the Malach, right? So why is Yaakov trying to get out? He's sitting and learning Torah with a Malach, and he's pushing to get out. Why? Comes along a Rav HaKodesh Rabbi Yitzchak Mivorka, and he says that Yaakov was pushing to get out because he didn't want to be a neighbor of Esav, even though the angel was teaching him Torah. He could be in the best environment in the world. He's being taught Torah from a Malach. But Yaakov is getting, I'd rather forfeit that Torah from a Malach, but I don't want to be near a Russia. That's one explanation. There are other explanations, possibly, that Yaakov was pushing to get out. Yaakov was pushing to get out because it was an obligation to be Marbitz Torah. He didn't want to just sit and learn Torah. He wanted to go out and spread Torah. So that's why he was pushing to get out. A third interpretation is he wanted to harava in learning on his own. He didn't want to be spoon-fed. Anyway, all these interpretations are possible. Continuing with the Chassidic gems on Parshas Toldos, the same Rashi says when Rivka Imenu walked by the Beis Medrash of Shem ve'Ever, Yaakov wanted to go out, and Oiveres al Pischei Averes Kachavim, when Rivka Imenu walked by Avodah Zorah, Esav Mefrachis, let's say, Esav was trying to go out. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are saying, are asking a question. Indeed, Yaakov couldn't get out because Esav was blocking him. But who stopped Esav? What do you mean? What do you mean Esav was? Why didn't, if Esav was trying to get out when he passed by an Avodah Zarah, who was stopping him? He could have gone out himself. Comes along Rav HaKodesh Rabbi Yecheskel Mikuzmir and says, Esav was such a Rasha that he didn't want to go out. That he didn't want to go out just to stop Yaakov from going out to sit and learn Torah in the Beis Medrash of Shem ve'Eva. So this was, Esav could have gone out, but he didn't want to go out. He didn't want to go out because he wanted to block Yaakov for coming to learn Torah. Okay. So the pasuk continues. The pasuk continues. Mimeiayach hiporedu. The pasuk says, Mimeiayach usually means from their intestines they were separated, but the simple way of everybody translating it, it means from their wombs they were separated. This was a tzaddik and this was a rasha. In the womb already, there was a separation between the two. That's the simple. The Chassidic Torah are still not happy. They say, why doesn't it say from the womb? Why doesn't it say from the womb they were separated? Why does it say from their intestines they were separated? And they want to learn here, the Chassidic Torah, that this is the Overeaters Anonymous pshat. That when it says Mimeiayach hiporedu, it doesn't mean that the two children were separated. It means that Mimeiayach, from a person's intestines, he can sometimes be hiporedu, separated from Hashem. Because if a person is sluggish and is overweight, this is something that can cause chas v'shalom pirud. So the pasuk says, continuing with Chassidic gems on Parshas Toldos, it says, "Vayehav Yitzchak es Esav." Yitzchak loved Esav. Pasuk Chav Ches 28. Comes along, that's the simple. Comes along Rav HaKodesh Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, and he says, from that moment on, when it says that Yitzchak loved Esav, from that moment on, no father can see faults with his children. If Yitzchak loved Esav, that means no father, even a tzaddik like Yitzchak, he can't find faults with his son. Okay, that's it. The last Chassidic gem for today. So Esav came back from the fields. He was tired. He was hungry, and he said, "Haliteni no min ha'odam ha'odam hazeh." Give me to eat some of this red stuff, some of this cholent. Ki oyei fonechi, because I am tired. That's the simple. Chassidic Torah say, what does onechi mean? Onechi means onechi Hashem Elokecha. That when it comes to sit down and learn Torah, a person gets tired. It shouldn't be that way, but people sometimes get tired. I have to learn. That's wrong. When it comes to learning, when it comes to Onechi Hashem Elokecha, that's when you have to be forever on the alert to accomplish more and more.